What's up everyone, and welcome back to Miss Azrael's Gaming. So today we're jumping into a new game called The Last Case of John Morley. Morley? I think it's Morley. One or the other. And it's a detective-based game. It looked really interesting on Steam, and I got it on sale when they had their big Steam Fest recently and got it for a really good price. So I was like, you know what? We're going to play this. It's, it looks good. Hopefully it is good. And hopefully you guys enjoy it. And I just wanted to remind you, I do have memberships available now on my channel. So if you enjoy my content, and want to help support my channel, I have 3 different tiers that you can, get. And, each of them have perks. And, the higher up you get, the more perks that you get as well. So if you're somebody who enjoys watching my videos, if you want to see my videos before anybody else is able to, you would want to join at the Elite Red Sister tier in order to get to see the videos before everybody else does. And like I always say, if you can't do a membership, you being here and watching my videos, leaving me a like, hyping my video, leaving a comment, helps me just as much because it helps get my content out there. So let's go ahead and get started. New game. Okay, so it says, I don't know if I'm going to get to read that. Okay, we do. In the depths of the darkness, he awoke with a start, heart pounding in his chest, the cold earth beneath him unfamiliar and damp. Darkness surrounded him, thick and oppressive, the kind that swallowed every sound except his own ragged breathing. He tried to gather his thoughts, but they were scattered, lost in the fog of confusion and fear. Where was he? How had he gotten here? His legs trembled as he forced himself to stand, the weight of the unknown terror pressing down on him. Somewhere in the depths of the trees, he could hear it. Something was following him. Time buries all truths beneath shadows, but the past always has a way of crawling its way back to the surface, demanding to be heard, no matter the cost. Man, the sounds in this game.
Where am I?
Ooh, I gotta turn that down. That is a little much for my mouse there.
I know it's following me. I can feel it.
Okay, there we go. That kind of adjusted it a little bit better. I don't like to hear that something's following me. Oh no, I have sprint. Oh god, we get a lantern. Oh, maybe not. Man, nothing better be following me. I thought this was a detective game. I don't need no freaking horror crap. Okay, we'll just follow the lanterns. At least stamina doesn't run out. That's a good thing. Okay, this is a little unsettling.
Sound. It's coming from the river.
Well, I mean, we crossed the river, didn't see anything.
If it catches me, it will show no mercy.
What the hell's gonna touch me? Don't touch me. Just leave me alone.
I know it's hidden somewhere in
What
this
the
forest.
hell is that? That looked like something. Kind of worried me for a second. I was like, oh no, what is that? Looks like we're coming up on a house or something.
I should be able to see its light soon.
What's light? Why are there lanterns everywhere? Okay, there's a building there. I saw one over the
gather my
side.
strength and plan how to face that monstrous thing.
No, thank you. I don't want to fight anything monstrous. I'm good. Just gonna go in the dark building. Okay, that was rude. Had a lady pop up in my face. Didn't scare me. I knew something was gonna happen. I kept waiting for something to jump out. Hopefully I don't have to deal with that. Oh my god, if this is one of those games, I'm gonna be so mad. Okay, last day in the hospital. The piercing light of the morning sun stirred John from his restless sleep. For months, strange nightmares had plagued him, and even the strongest sedatives couldn't dull the weird visions that haunted his mind. Another day in this wretched hospital. His wounds still ached, but he felt no regret. Despite the accident, he'd brought the culprit of those ghastly crimes to justice. After all, isn't that what the duty of any good private detective?
The name's John Morley.
At the achievement Nightmares
Private
End,
detective.
wake up in the hospital.
And today is a momentous day. After enduring the most exquisite tortures at the hands of those blasted nurses, and being pumped full of enough medicine to fell an ox, today I'm finally free. Who would have thought that the case of the Red Shoes murder would end the way it did? A stormy night, soaked to the skin, wrestling that brainless killer on a rooftop. Then a slip and a 5-story plunge.
Dang.
It appears you're awake at last. We had considerable difficulty rousing you earlier this morning, so I deemed it best to let you rest a while longer. I bring you good news. The latest test results are favourable, and the doctor has authorised your discharge. You are now officially ready to go. I have placed your belongings on the table. Oh, and a lady stopped by this morning with some clothes from the dry cleaner.
Okay, so we have nightmares, results, and discharge, belonging, clothes, and the woman. Okay, so who brought me clothes?
A woman brought my clothes from the dry cleaner. Was it Penny?
I couldn't say. She arrived quite early, before my shift began. I've placed the garments in the wardrobe to keep them from getting wrinkled.
Okay, belongings.
My belongings? I thought everything was already in the room.
There are a few valuables and some coins we kept for safekeeping. They are in the box on the table.
Results and discharge.
So I'm better now.
Yes, you are much improved. Both your physical and psychological assessments have been satisfactory, and there are no impediments to your returning to your normal life.
Okay, nightmares.
I've been having nightmares.
The doctor has prescribed some medication that should help address any residual effects. This should assist in alleviating your nightmares. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have other patients to attend to. I wish you all the best.
Thank you, ma'am. Okay, open the case file to view the character information and clues. Oops. I don't know what the case file is, and I think I might have missed the thing. All right, so medical discharge, patient number 5567, room 27, date February 3rd, 1945. Subject discharge resolution report. Attending Dr. A. Forner. Final review and conclusions. The patient has demonstrated satisfactory improvement in all preoperative objectives. The surgical procedure conducted under Protocol ETD-03 has been deemed successful in all respects. Upon completion of final test and providing that the patient reports feeling physically and mentally prepared, medical discharge is advised. No post-operative complications are anticipated at this time. Continued observation during recovery is recommended to ensure patient stability.
Story of my life. Nearly broke. That's me, Bloodhound Morley.
Morley, okay. I like our voice. It's got a really nice voice.
Blimey, it's nearly noon. I must have lost track of time in those blasted nightmares. I better get dressed. The hospital gown that ties in the back doesn't exactly scream professional. So the mystery woman who took my clothes to the cleaners was Penny after all. Seems she's still got a soft spot for me. Could there be a chance I might win her over?
Oh, okay. So Penny's our dude's love interest. Let's see. How do I pull up my... Pushing like every button to see what pulls up our journal, I'm assuming it is. Okay, nothing. Because it did tell me to pull that up, so...
Blimey, what a fool I took onto that rain-soaked pavement. And to top it off, with that downpour, I ruined my best suit. But, well, that's all water under the bridge now. Quite literally.
Okay, so this is what we just read as well.
There's notes from Penny, my secretary. She must have left it here a few days ago while I was still under observation.
Okay, John, I'm awfully sorry, but I just can't keep going like this. You've been laid up in that hospital for ages, and I've been left skint, with no wages coming in for months now. Before, with the state you were in, I couldn't bring myself to say anything. I thought it best to let you get better in peace. But the other day, Dr. Forner rang and said they were finally going to let you out, so I figured it was time to tell you. I haven't been to the office in months, and believe me, I'll miss Hawthorne Street and that old moldy brick building of ours. But I've got to move on, and you know, even before the accident, you still owed me 3 months' pay. Peter and I are planning to get married, and I need some stability. I hope you understand. I've left my key under the doormat. I've paid the water and electric bills, so those are in your hands now. Goodbye, John. I wish you all the luck in the world. P.S. A few days ago, an older woman came by asking for you. I told her you might be back at the office this afternoon. She seemed quite eager to have a word with you. Penny.
Damn it, Penny. I don't blame her, though. I'm a right mess. I've managed to lose the only 2 things that kept me grounded. Her sound advice, always spot on, and the faint hope that she might dump Peter and give me a chance.
Mm-hmm. You're talking over that way. I don't know what it is. Let me see, controls. Let's see key bindings. What is Lantern Sprint? Case file is I or M? There we go. Okay, so Beth Kelly, age 32, nurse, head of ward at St. Depna Hospital. She oversaw my recovery after I was badly injured following a dangerous conclusion to my last case. A steady hand and sharp eyes, but you can tell she carries the weight of the job. Okay, you haven't discovered any clues yet. Here you can review the key clues of your case, progress through the story, and investigate to uncover them all. And we can also pull it up with M as well. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and get dressed. Let's put my shirt on first.
Brand new. The collar's pristine.
Put my pants on.
A fine job of hiding any belly. Can't complain about that.
Coat.
Structured shoulders.
Probably should have done my tie.
Gives off an air of authority. Keeps the crooks wary and catches the ladies' eyes. I usually use the Windsor knot. I should get myself a pair of derbies. Or brogues. They're much more comfortable. Besides, if I slipped, it was because of those damned hard soles.
Yeah, blame it on the shoes, dude.
Trench coat and fedora hat. Every detective's must have.
All right, I'm pretty sure we got everything. Guess we can't take the journal, so let's go ahead and leave. I got the achievement, Rookie Sleuth. Investigate every corner of your hospital room. Heck yeah, I did. Lavatory, so... Do we have to go to the restroom? Nope.
I better hurry up. Just like Penny says in her note, I might have a new client this afternoon. And with the way things are going, I can't afford to let that slip away.
Guess we can't talk to her. At least it's not letting me. Okay, goodbye, ma'am. Thanks for taking care of me while I was injured.
All right, let's get moving. Today's the first day of the rest of my life.
You sound so thrilled, dude. Okay, John Morley's office. At last, back to the streets and the old comforts of foggy old London. The chimneys filled the air with the familiar tang of coal dust, while the rhythmic hum of the small industries in Whitechapel, Stepney, and Southwark rang in his ears like a symphony. Soon he'd be seated in his cluttered, dusty office once more, ready for the next case, perhaps finishing off some forgotten bottle of whiskey tucked away in a drawer, and mourning the irreplaceable loss of his assistant, Penny.
Back again. Feels like stepping into a forgotten paradise.
And this place is dark. Redstone. Karen's staircase. That looks like it's something I've seen from a game before. Border Collie puppies for sale. Healthy and playful. Contact your neighbor in apartment 3B. Ooh, I want a puppy. Got any mail? No.
Everything's got that same old charm, and yet feels oddly new. This hospital stint's given me a bit of a new outlook. Maybe I'll take it a shade easier from now on, sticking to cases that don't demand a trip to the morgue.
London's most sinful secret, the naughty cat. Live jazz, champagne, scandalous nights. Open every night from dusk till dawn. Soho, London. I mean, that sounds like a place our guy would like. Madame Marquis, tarot reading, and psychic visions. I wonder if that's AI. This kind of looks like AI art. Peter Sanders, best-selling author, a master of the mystery novel. Okay, so we can't get up there. Indigo Stories, publisher of mystery novels, London.
Here they are. Penny's keys. Just like it says in her note.
Like, oh, can I not fix that? That's going to drive me nuts. Can I shut my door once I go in? There we go. Dang. Detective John Morley has solved the intricate case of the Jade Mask. Detective John Morley has solved... Oh, it's the same repeat. Detective John Morley has solved... It keeps repeating it. I think it has. I can't... It's kind of hard to read.
Penny's desk. I ought to give her a ring. Try to sweet-talk her into coming back. If this new client brings in some decent dough, maybe I could settle what I owe her, and use a little charm to win her over.
I mean, dude, you already owe her like 3 months paycheck, I guess.
So this is Peter. That smug grin's got "punch me" written all over it.
I mean, it's not bad looking. Just saying.
The murder weapon from the cadaver collector case. Nasty business, that one.
Detective John Morley has solved the case of the spurned mistress. Ooh, now I'm kind of curious, like, if there's more games to this, or if this is, like, the first one. It does say this is our last case, but...
Even the coppers missed it. The slant on the letter E. That's what gave away the typist in the black letters case. My files. Cases.
Trophy cabinet. Inspect all items from the cases you've solved.
Too many debts. Far too many.
Why is there an umbrella hanging
The
there?
umbrella with a bullet hole. Souvenir from the marksman case. Nearly lost my hat on that one. This case is worth its weight in gold. Everything you need for a portable lab. This one's a favorite. The jealous lover solved everything with a few blows from an ashtray. Brutal, but effective. The case of the Red Shoes murder. One of the most complicated I've faced. Finally. Case closed.
All victims were women. Claire Sullivan, Amanda Davison, Rona something. On each corpse, the killer left something of the red shoe. Her territory was... Or his territory was something and unpredictable. Synthetic hair. The killer's been wearing a disguise. Elk. Like a something you predict. I can't read that all the victims were Roman. Yeah. It's kind of hard to read.
My desk, strangely tidy. Normally it's buried under papers, notes, bits of evidence. Penny must have wanted to leave everything spick and span before she walked out on me. Another one of my cards.
Morley
But
circle.
this one has my last name circled.
Weird. Oh, it's a typewriter. Oh, we can actually use it.
The drawer. It's locked. But there doesn't seem to be a keyhole. Amazing how this little gadget can reveal the devil in the details.
Morley. Oh, I know. Actually, I did kind of start that because I clicked M first. Oh. Where's R? R. L. E. Y. Maybe? Aha.
The Scarlet Page. I trust Penny didn't go snooping through my things while I was away. Oh, my apologies, madam. I didn't hear you come in. I was a bit distracted.
Good afternoon, Mr. Morley. I trust your assistant informed you of my visit as promised.
My apologies. I was rather engrossed and didn't notice your arrival. To whom do I owe the honour of this meeting?
Lady Margaret Fordside, the 4th Countess of Bloomsbury.
Lady Margaret, could you tell me what brings you here today? How can I assist you?
I shall endeavour to be as candid as possible. 20 years ago, when my daughter was just 18, she was brutally murdered. It happened at our family estate, Bloomsbury Manor. Someone slipped into the house unnoticed, and upon reaching her room, delivered 5 fatal stab wounds to her chest, lungs, and heart. The police, eager to close the case, hastily blamed and condemned 2 violent thieves who clearly had nothing to do with her death. The investigation was closed, and justice was never served. I am prepared to offer you £30,000 if you take on this case, and a further £30,000 if you can solve it and bring the true killer to light. Tell me, Mr. Morley, will you accept this case?
I understand your distress, Lady Fordside. But before I commit to anything, might I trouble you with a few questions?
By all means, Mr. Morley. Ask whatever you must.
Let's see, why now?
A case that's been cold for 20 years. You certainly don't make it easy for me, Lady Margaret. What made you decide to seek out a detective now?
For over 2 decades, I've fought tirelessly to have the case reopened, to prove that the real murderer escaped justice. But all in vain. Neither solicitors nor well-meaning police friends, nor even journalists hungry for a dark story have managed to uncover anything. Then one day, I read about your success in solving the case of the Red Shoes killer. Regrettably, I also learned of the unfortunate incident that left you hospitalized with grievous injuries. On the advice of your secretary, Miss Penny, I waited patiently for your recovery. And now, here I am.
You're the wrong men.
Tell me about the men the police arrested. Why are you so certain they weren't guilty?
2 days after the murder, the police arrested a pair of violent thieves who were terrorizing the county at the time. Though they swore their innocence in my daughter Elody's death, their criminal record completely undermined their defense. Seizing the opportunity, the police locked them away for their other crimes, and the case was closed. But what has always struck me as suspicious is that nothing was stolen on the night my Elody was killed. If those thieves were truly the culprits, why would they murder her and then leave without taking a single piece of silver? It doesn't add up, Mr. Morley.
Okay, Bloomsbury Manor.
But tell me about Bloomsbury Manor. Do you still reside there?
After Elody's death, I abandoned the estate. I couldn't bear to remain there, to live within those walls. Even now, when I visit the manor, it still feels as though I can hear her footsteps echoing through the halls, her voice humming that old melody, the delusions of an old woman who has mourned her daughter for far too long. Mr. Morley, no mother should ever have to bury her child. Should you accept the case, Bloomsbury Manor would likely be the best place to begin the investigation. I shall not impede your work, as I now reside at Bedford Square, in the heart of the city.
Okay, any witnesses?
Were there any witnesses? Did anyone see or hear anything?
It happened at midnight. The house was practically empty at the time, with only a few servants and a guest who was sleeping in the west wing. I was the only one who might have heard something, as my room was next to hers. Unfortunately, I had taken a sleeping draught and fell into a deep slumber. It is a decision I shall regret for the rest of my days.
Well, I believe I have all the information I need to get started. I accept the case, and will begin the investigation immediately.
I'm pleased to hear that. My butler will bring you the £30,000 tomorrow morning. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have matters to attend to. Once you uncover the culprit, contact me at once, and I shall promptly deliver the remaining £30,000. Please, Mr. Morley, unravel this harrowing mystery that has tormented me for so long.
Okay, Shadows from the Past. The visit from Countess Margaret Fordside was just what John needed, a case with all the right ingredients to stir his detective's instincts. An unsolved murder from 20 years ago, abandoned by the police and their incompetence, and a generous reward waiting at the end. What more could a man want on his first day back? The journey to Bloomsbury Manor passed without incident, though the rough, neglected road, ravaged by years of rain and wind, made for an uncomfortable ride. He arrived under the cover of night. The place was quiet, like the ruins of an old tomb, forgotten and forsaken. Of course, there's going to be freaking ghosts in here. Okay, got the achievement Into the Shadows. Reach Bloomsbury Manor. Well, who goes at night?
As I made my way through the dense forest path, a haunting silence enveloped the air. It was as though the very night of the crime still lingered here, shrouded in an eerie calm. The manor stood before me, its facade as inscrutable as the shadows that danced in the moonlight. Every step I took felt like a step deeper into the heart of a mystery that refused to be forgotten.
Oh, goody gumdrop. Okay, so the case. So we don't have anything yet. Was that? Okay, that was coming out of the menu. I was like, what the heck was that noise? Oh yeah, play a detective game, I thought. Have a lot of fun, I thought. Mm-hmm. I didn't see any of this garbage in here. God, that's unsettling. Why are my footsteps so loud? Dang, man. This Place is huge. Yikes.
Not a sound. The stillness feels heavy, like it's hiding something.
Okay, Westland Asylum, a place of hope and healing. At Westland Asylum, we believe that the path to recovery begins with compassion, understanding, and the most advanced techniques of mental health care. Our institute offers a tranquil haven for those seeking respite from the trials of the mind. Who is going there?
This painting, it's rather grim. There's something deeply unsettling about it. Almost like it carries a shadow of its own.
Yeah, it's awful. Why is it in here? Okay, Westland Society of Fine Arts, February 15th, 1923. Your Ladyship, I write to you on behalf of the Westland Society of Fine Arts regarding the exhibition currently on display at our gallery, which features several works by your daughter, Miss Elody Fordside. While we fully appreciate the remarkable talent and artistry evident in her work, it is with great regret that we must inform you of a matter of concern. Several of the Society's patrons, particularly among the more sensitive members of our community, have found Miss Fordside's paintings to be of highly disturbing nature. We've received numerous complaints, with mothers remarking that the artwork has caused distress to their children, and some ladies reported feelings of unease. There is a growing sentiment that the pieces are unsuitable for public exhibition, particularly in a space frequented by young and impressionable minds. It is with the utmost respect and consideration that we kindly request your ladyship to arrange for the removal of Miss Fordside's paintings from the current display. We understand that this may cause disappointment, but we feel it is necessary to preserve the decorum and sensibilities of our gallery's visitors. We would be honored to work with you in finding a more appropriate venue to exhibit Miss Fordside's art, where her unique vision can be appreciated by a more discerning and prepared audience. We trust you will understand our position in this delicate matter, and we look forward to hearing from you at your earliest convenience. With the deepest respect, yours faithfully, Sir Arthur Wellesley, Secretary at Westland Society of Fine Arts.
It seems Elody had a passion for art.
It's probably
But her
hers.
style wasn't exactly well received. Disturbing from the looks of it.
I mean, it's a pretty gruesome picture.
The door's chained up with a padlock. Looks like I'll need to find the key.
Okay, there's nothing over here. Do we have a light? Like, it's really dark in here. Let's check the key bindings real quick. See what... Lantern. Okay, F, or looks like maybe the mouse wheel. Okay, we must not have it yet. Yeah, we don't have it yet. Okay, I guess we're going through here first. Maybe? Maybe not? Oh, there we go.
A blue moon. Fitting for a place haunted by its own secrets.
Oh, there's our lantern.
Looks like the Countess left this for me. It could be useful for getting around the place.
Oh, it's gonna be hella useful, dude. Maybe not really. It kind of sucks. Oh, okay, so this moves. Alright, we're gonna have to figure out which direction we need to put it in. Follow the green trail of lights to investigate past events. Okay. My lady, I would kindly ask that once the midday service is complete, you grant me a few moments of your time in the library. Joan Merver, your housekeeper.
So, the housekeeper left a note for the Countess, asking her to meet here on the day of the murder. I wonder what truly happened during that encounter. Very well. Let's piece the events together, step by step.
Oh, cool. Okay.
A globe resting in a beautiful wooden stand. Looks like this is the Fordside family book, showing some of their ancestors.
You move the cursor to the edge of the screen to go back. Okay, so Sir Alaric Fordside, 1798 to 1873, an astronomer and a romantic who saw in the stars metaphors for his loneliness. In 1842, during a total eclipse, he swore that the diamond ring around the moon was the spirit of his wife Eleanor, who had died giving birth. From that moment on, his telescope never ceased to aim at the sun, seeking to capture that eternal moment. Lady Eleanor Fordside, 1842 to 1898, a shrapnel scar on her cheek, hands hardened by the iron and mud of Balaklava. Amid the roar of the Crimean cannons, her silver medical kit, now stained with gunpowder and memory, held not only wounds but the hidden truth behind a colonel's death. They say she swore to protect that secret, and that the oath still lingers within these walls. Lord Cedric Fordsides, 1810 to 1885, a man with a prominent nose and a wandering soul whose steps traced paths where only blank maps had once lain. Cartographer to Queen Victoria, he devoted his life to naming the unnameable jungles that swallowed expeditions, rivers that erased borders, and villages whose names only he remembered. His globe, now cracked by time and the salt of 1,000 seas, bears between its meridians the scar of a man who preferred to get lost rather than return. Lady Isolde Fordside, 1875 to 1912, a pianist with ethereal hands and a drowned heart. After losing her beloved in the wreck of the SS Meridian, her nocturnes became unnamed requiems. Her final composition, Elegy in Blue, rests on the ebony music stand in the library. Its notes sketch waves that never kiss the shore, and its pauses echo the silence of a ring never given. Nope. Okay. Okay, I think these are the people that are on the pictures.
Another painting by Elody. There's something deeply disturbing about her work.
You think?
The lock has been concealed. But this door must open by some other means.
I'm gonna guess the statues. It's a weird looking carpet.
2 chairs. One of them knocked over.
As I say, it looks like somebody got up really
The
quick.
housekeeper's cup is still here. Tea spilled across the table. She never got to drink it. Looks like someone arranged tea in the library that day. Lipstick stains. Same shade the Countess wore when she visited my office.
It looks like she got to drink hers.
An empty envelope. Did the housekeeper hand the Countess a letter? It seems they met here. But something went wrong during the conversation.
I am very angry. After all these years of service, this is how you repay me? Walking away like this?
I'm sorry, madam, but the situation has become unbearable. My bags are already packed.
Alright, so let's see. Yeah, because these look like these people. Okay, so that goes back. I think we need to face them the way that they are facing in the picture. So I need him to turn back the way he was. I wasn't sure how far it went. I mean, we'll try it. That's the only thought I've got right now. Is that the one with the... Yeah, because that's the pianist. Okay, so... Okay, we'll try it, and he's facing the other way. Oh, what's this? Oh, looks like they might be pointing that way, but I can't tell. Oh, here it is, her bag.
The Countess threw the housekeeper out in a fit of rage. In her haste, the housekeeper forgot one of her bags. What was it that unsettled the housekeeper enough to abandon her post so suddenly?
Okay, and then the other girl, she's facing that way. Okay, maybe that wasn't it. Maybe I don't have somebody in the right direction, because that's the only thing I could think of was that. Or maybe they have to face the person that they're in the picture with. Is there any... Look over here real quick, see if there's any green stuff. I don't see any more. Oh, by the fireplace.
Lady Fordside, still seething, burned something in the fireplace.
Okay, new clue, key clue unlocked. Okay, so we've got Countess Lady Margaret Fordside, age 68, an English aristocrat from a noble bloodline. 20 years ago, her daughter Elody was brutally murdered. Now, after all this time, she's come to me to finally put the pieces together and solve the case once and for all. If you look closely, you can see it in her eyes. She's been carrying the burden of her tragedy for far too long. Then we have Jane Merver, age 51 at the time of Elody's death, the housekeeper of Bloomsbury Manor. Her family has served the Fordside lineage since the days of King William IV. Joan's loyalty is unshakable, but she can't quite mask her unease at the recent events within the manor walls. The kind of woman who knows more than she says, and hides more than she knows. Okay, so the tragic murder of Elody Fordside. 20 years ago, Elody, the daughter of Lady Margaret, was stabbed to death in her bedroom during the night as she slept. After countless failed investigations, the Countess has now tasked me with solving the case. Okay, so why did Joan Merver leave the Fordside estate? Something or someone greatly unsettled Joan Merver, the housekeeper, enough to break a long-standing family tradition of serving the Fordside house. Okay, my lady, I have reached a decision, though it weighs heavily upon my heart to sever the ties that have long bound me to this household since the reign of King William IV. My family has served Bloomsbury with unwavering loyalty and steadfastness, marked by discretion and a faithful execution of our duties. However, there are limits to all things, and of late, this house has been frequented by certain individuals whose presence is wholly at odds with the principles to which my lineage is so devoted. It is no coincidence that our family motto is oblatus, signifying something offered or consecrated. We are vassals of an ideal, the custodians of the most deep-rooted traditions and the bastions of the internal values of our nation. This house has forsaken all of this, and you well know the reasons why. Please do not concern yourself. I, too, understand why you have allowed this. Rest assured, I do not judge you harshly, just as I hope you will understand my reasons. As my family says, Fausta, best wishes, Joan Merva, housekeeper of Bloomsbury Manor.
The housekeeper resigned.
Get achievements, shadows from the past.
Something
Uncover what happened in the library.
Troubled her greatly. Enough to break the long-standing family tradition tying her to this place.
All right, so let's see if we can figure this out. Maybe it's they need to face each other? That would make sense, because they are... No, that might be kind of facing. It's hard to tell. Okay, facing them unless I messed up one. Yeah, because, I mean, it looks like she's looking over at him. Yeah, I mean, they look like they're looking at each other. She's harder, though. I can't... She doesn't go straight. Maybe they need to face the door?
The Fordside family crest. A rampant dragon. A time-honoured symbol across European heraldry, particularly among the English and the Welsh.
Okay, let's see. We do have dates on here. 1810 to 1885. 1873, 1898, 1912, 1885. Okay, so maybe... Let's... Okay, so she died last, then she died, then he died, then he died. So maybe we have to... Maybe death days? You have to look at whoever died first? I don't know. It's not really a clue to what this is. Yeah, she would be there. Yeah, I'm not really sure how to solve this puzzle. I don't know if... I know it's got something to do with the book. Let's just check over here really quick and see if there's anything new with, like, those green things. Okay, I don't see anything. It's got to have something to do with this book. In 1842, during a total eclipse, he swore that the diamond ring around the moon was the spirit of his wife, Eleanor, who had died giving birth. Is this the same Eleanor? Can't be. His telescope never ceased to aim at the sun, seeking to capture that eternal moment. Okay, maybe he's got to face the telescope? Silver medical kit. Wait a minute, I thought I saw a medical kit somewhere. Maybe they have to face... Yeah, look, there's a medical kit. Okay, so maybe they need to face the things that they like. So she's in the right spot. His globe. So he needs to face the globe. There we go. And the other girl had to face the piano, which I'd already turned her. I'm guessing, because isn't there a piano over here somewhere? Oh, the sheet music. That's what it is. Yep, Elody in blue. Dang, man, that took me a few minutes to figure out.
This must have been some sort of private study for the Countess.
Why'd I put my... There we go. I was like, why'd I put my light away?
Lady Margaret and a young woman. I suppose it's Elody. They look happy. It was undoubtedly a better time.
Lady Margaret Fordside, I'm writing to you as the attending physician of Ward 2 to provide an update on your daughter Elody's progress. It is with great pleasure that I report her notable improvement. Elody now confides that she no longer experiences dark thoughts. Most importantly, the nightmares have subsided, and she has begun to communicate more amicably with her fellow patients, a crucial step in her recovery. Elody has also asked me to relay a request. She would like you to bring her amber necklace when you visit this Sunday. I will continue to keep you informed on her progress. Respectfully, Dr. Mulder, Chief Psychiatrist, Westland Asylum. Okay, so she was put in an asylum. It might have something to do with her artwork.
Elody was committed to a psychiatric facility, but she supposedly recovered from whatever ailed her.
It's a very small room. Is there anything over here?
It's an old pocket watch. It probably belonged to Lord Fordside, Lady Margaret's husband. A British passport. Lord Fordside was undoubtedly a man of the world. This looks like the key to the main hall. Could be my way into the heart of the house.
They still live here. Why would there be a picture of her when she was old? That kind of doesn't make sense. She also wouldn't look like that either, because supposedly this was 20 years ago. She should look a little younger. Alright, let's go ahead and go into the main spooky house. Gonna regret this. There's a tree. What the frig? It's an enormous tree in the heart of the mansion. This place is no ordinary house. What in the actual frick was that? Is that a... what? Oh, it's a tree root. I thought it was a leg for a second. Okay, rest in truth. Find Elody's grave.
Realize, Elody.
Or Elody.
Rest eternally, beloved daughter, beneath the tree that once watched you grow.
You buried your daughter in your home?
So this is where Elody is buried.
And no wonder this place is haunted. What the hell's wrong with you people? And then you put a tree in your house. What the actual hell is wrong with you people? You have haunted your house. That is not cool.
This door is locked as well. If the Countess wanted me to investigate, why didn't she leave the doors open?
That's a good question. Okay, so Elody's stay at Westland Sanatorium. Elody had been committed to a sanatorium for having dark thoughts, but she appeared to make a full recovery and returned home. Only a few months later, she was murdered. Well, maybe it was by somebody in the place. Maybe they came to see her.
Layers of dried oil paint, left untouched for 20 years. It's as if time stopped the moment Elody laid down her brush. Feels like the room's holding its breath, waiting for something to stir.
It says Area B. Who puts that on their house?
A grand ship on the open sea. Looks like the last painting Elody was working on was of a ship at sea. The whole gallery is filled with maritime references. She seemed quite obsessed with it. A man with his back turned, watching a ship go down. This door appears to lead out to the back garden, locked with a padlock. I'll need to find the key.
Of course I need to find the key.
Looks like some sort of clue.
Trace the tree's journey from birth to decay.
Trace the
Oh, he's
tree's
going to read it.
journey
Okay.
from birth to decay.
Didn't read anything else.
Follow the path of the artist in a thoughtful display. Arrange the 4 stages and the door will obey. Unlock the path ahead as art lights your way.
Trace the tree's journey from birth to decay. Follow the path of the artist in a thoughtful display. Arrange the 4 stages and the door will obey. Unlock the path ahead as art lights your way. Okay, that's obviously something for a puzzle. Drawing in dining room key. Can I click on that? There we go. Okay, my lady, I must confess, never before has anyone requested something of this nature from me. I believe I'm capable of the task, but I must inform you that it will require a significant sum. Certain parts will need to be specially crafted in the city, and I must first commission the necessary plans. What you are asking for is a piece of intricate engineering, but rest assured there will be no more ingenious way to restrict access to certain areas of the house. If it pleases you, I propose to delineate the spaces as follows. Wait, what? Delineate? Yeah, I think that's delineate. I don't know. Okay, Area A, private quarters. Area B, guest quarters. Area C, kitchens and servants' quarters. I provided a sample mechanism for Area C, adhering to your original concept. I would greatly appreciate a prompt response so that I may proceed with ordering the remaining mechanisms. Thomas Blacksmith. Now, why would she do this?
Lady Margaret took special care to secure the house, restricting access to certain areas.
Oh yeah, there's Area B, or Area A. Area B, now that makes sense why they have the names. Okay, so that's a digit lock. As is that one. And then this is a padlock, okay. Alright, so I'm assuming we're trying to get into Area B first. Or maybe Area A first. Because that's the private quarters. What did we get a key for? I don't think I have an inventory. Okay, what drove Lady Margaret's obsession with security? Lady Margaret seemed consumed by an obsession with the house's security. She was installing an elaborate security system when the tragedy occurred. What was it that troubled her so deeply? Probably something her daughter said to her. Okay, trace the tree's journey from birth to decay. Follow the path of the artist in a thoughtful display. Arrange the 4 stages, and the door will obey. Unlock the path ahead as art lights your way. How many? There's 5. From birth to decay. I don't see anything written on it. Ooh, and we can't go back. That kind of sucks. There we go. This opens. I hate these paintings.
A young woman screaming in the middle of the darkness.
These paintings suck.
Some of these paintings are really dark and sinister.
You think? Oh. That moved. I can't move it back. I don't know if that did anything.
This looks like Elody's diary. Let's see what her last entries reveal.
I'm absolutely over the moon. Walter has written to say he is coming. I met him at the Western Sanatorium, and we have grown so very close. He was there recovering from the trauma of a shipwreck, where he tragically lost his companions. By sheer luck, he was rescued, but not before spending an entire year on an island living amongst the natives. He truly is an adventurer.
Oh, interesting. So that explains why she was drawing the shipwreck pictures. Maybe something happened And it made her start focusing on, you know, kind of like what he did. Might have to turn those in a certain order. I'm not sure, but there's no way to put them back.
I'm so happy. Walter has finally arrived. I must admit, I am utterly captivated by him. I invited him to visit, and he gave me his word he wouldn't fail to come as soon as he was able to leave. And now he's finally here. I can scarcely contain my joy. It feels as though all the darkness has faded away.
They looked so in love. So happy. I wonder what became of Walter after Elody died.
Okay, so the romance between Elody and Walter Brandon. Elody had fallen in love with Walter Brandon, a man she met at the sanatorium. After they were discharged, she invited him to stay at her family manor. The mysterious past of Walter Brandon. According to Elody's notes, Walter Brandon was a sailor and adventurer who was recovering from the trauma of a severe shipwreck, where he had been the sole survivor. Okay, so Elody Fordside, age 18 at the time of death. Lady Margaret's daughter, Elody, was sent to a sanatorium after showing signs of minor psychiatric troubles. At just 18, she met her end murdered in cold blood while she slept in the family's mansion. Something doesn't sit right about the way her story was left to rest, unfinished. Walter Brandon, age 30 at the time of Elody's death, about a young captain in the merchant navy and a daring adventurer. After surviving a shipwreck and spending months stranded on a remote island, he sought recovery at the sanatorium. It was there that he met Elody, and amidst the shadows of recovery, their romance blossomed. A spark in a place where hope often feels out of reach. What fate befell Walter Brandon in the wake of Elody's tragic death? He probably offed himself, but he'd be 50 if he was still alive. Excuse me.
Looks like a commercial seaman's yearbook, listing ships and their crews.
Just leave this stuff
It's
here?
open to the pages under S.
Damn it, it's not here. It's simply not here.
Walter Brandon, Stella Mars vessel. Damn it, it's not here. It's simply not here.
This must be the Countess's handwriting. What was she searching for?
Maybe he lied about who he was. That would be my guess. He wasn't really a sailor. God, it's windy. What the frick is going on? That place doesn't look creepy at all. God, what is with the artwork in this place?
Those poor souls. Tragedy seems to have cast a long shadow over this family.
Lord Fordside disappears under mysterious circumstances. So he was missing. Okay, this light sucks.
A boarded up door. The access to the servants' quarters appears to be blocked for some reason.
Well, it could be because that guy was still working on it, but... Or to keep something out or something in.
Something definitely happened here.
It's too easy
did
for
it
the crowbar
struggle?
to be right there. Yeah, somebody... Man,
These
something
broken
happened
chairs.
here.
Someone must have held them to the ground with great force.
And, like, everybody just rushed out of this place super quick.
It looks like this vase was shattered. Not just dropped, but smashed with intent.
Got ourselves a crowbar.
Some of these tools have been bent, likely trampled over.
Are you trying to get me with a shadow scare? That ain't gonna happen.
The silver knife is missing, and it's nowhere to be found. Likely taken by the same person who caused all this destruction.
Ain't getting me. God, that was ridiculously
Looks
loud.
like the crowbar is broken.
Great, you broke it, you big dummy.
No doubt. This is the cook's room.
Okay. Yeah, it's not letting me pick up the page, but it says, for Sunday, I must remember to go to the market to buy the missing ingredients. Oh.
A doll pierced with an awl. A warning?
For who? Dear Mother, I wish I could tell you that all is well and that I'm happy here at the Countess's household. Mrs. Merweir, the housekeeper, takes good care of me. Lady Margaret sees no one but her daughter. According to Mrs. Merweir, she fears some kind of relapse and manners falling apart day by day. But the worst of it is, Mother, is that man, that dark. He lurks in the shadowy corners of the house when I am cleaning or carrying out my task, and throws himself at me. He's incredibly strong. His great hand seize me, and I feel completely helpless. At night, I am afraid to go to the lavatory. There, in the dim solitude, I feel watched by something wicked, and a deep, spectral breathing leaves me frozen with fear. Only Mrs. Merweir has listened to me. I believe she, too, understands that this man is a great danger, one that will sooner or later bring about a tragedy. She and I are exhausted. Yours affectionately. Well, who are they talking about? Maybe it was him. I mean, I have a feeling he was lying about who he was. I mean, he's in a sanatorium. It would make sense. Especially if he fell in love with Elody.
A backgammon
Oh,
board.
backgammon.
One of the oldest board games. Miss Marva apparently knew her way around the tarot. What a dreadful spread. And what a chilling omen it revealed. Evil approaches. It will bring death, and lay ruin to the house and all who dwell within.
Tarot cards are bad. Bad sign. Okay, area B is 34982. Okay, so let me take a picture of that so I don't forget it. So we don't have area A. Okay, I thought it said a new clue added, but maybe it was just because oh wait, yeah, there was. I see it now. Rage in the kitchen. On the night Elody was murdered, someone tore through the kitchen in a fit of rage. One of the silver knives is missing. I mean, that could have been anybody.
A good way to motivate the staff.
Excellent in housework. Excellence in housework. English servant. Sure I don't miss anything.
Lady Margaret, after the death of her daughter, dismissed the staff and left the mansion.
It says, to all staff members by order of Elody Fordside, following the funeral of her beloved daughter, Elody, you are kindly requested to proceed to the main hall of the estate, where you shall each receive a payment equal to 3 months' wages. With this gesture, your service to this household shall come to an end. Lady Fordside extends her deepest gratitude for your loyalty and devoted service. Okay, and then we have a restroom. What the hell was that? Why do I hear breathing?
A pair of blood-stained scissors stuck in the sink basin. Deeply unsettling.
What the actual hell is that breathing? I don't like that at all.
Is this someone
Stranger
else
in the dark.
house?
Encounter the shadowy figure inside the manor. What the hell? Is there somebody in here with me? Man, fuck off.
Who the devil is that man? He had a knife. I'm completely in the dark here. I don't think he saw me.
What the hell am I supposed to do? The dude with the knife. The Knife Man. A shadowy figure always lurking with a blade in hand. His origins are shrouded in mystery. No one knows who he is or what drives him. Yet when he's near, the air turns cold and danger feels like an inevitable companion. You can sense him in the darkness, watching, waiting. His motives are elusive as the shadows he haunts. Who the devil is this man? Is he the true killer of Elody? What could he possibly be seeking in the mansion 20 years after the murder? Okay, who's the disheveled stranger lurking around the mansion? A strange disheveled man with a menacing appearance is lurking around the mansion, clutching a knife. I don't like that. Can I go this way? Is he gone? It's probably that dude. Her fiance. Yeah, because where else would he be? He could only come this way. Okay, so the code is 3... Oh, nope, that way. 4, 9, 8, 2. Okay, I'd feel much better if I could close the door, but guess we can't do that. Hopefully he's just somebody that just likes to creep us out or something. Okay, so we can go that way because we do have... We do have the crowbar still.
This must be Walter Brandon's room.
Okay. Oh, there's a suitcase. Didn't take it when he left.
A model ship. Mr. Brandon must have felt a deep yearning for the sea.
Or they just thought he did. I have a feeling he is not who he said he was.
A compass and a sextant. Tools of a sailor. The painting of a ship. Unmistakably in Elody's style.
Why is there a handprint on the wall? Or the... Why? Why is there a handprint?
An empty bottle. It smells of good rum. The diary of Walter Brandon. Perhaps it holds some clues about who he was, and what his involvement in this case might be.
I am terrified that man has found me. I fear something dreadful is about to happen. Tonight as I awoke, I saw him, standing at the foot of my bed. I could not make out his face, but his knife. The gleam of its blade shone in the darkness. I sprang up suddenly, determined to confront this stranger. Grabbing the heavy candlestick from the nightstand, I hurled it with all my strength. He vanished into the dark.
What on earth happened? Did Walter also see the mysterious man with the knife? It's absurd. This occurred 20 years ago. Surely that man can't still be lurking about. Can he?
If he's the devil, he can. Just saying. Okay, so there must be another connection around here somewhere. Yeah, my light sucks. Oh, right there at the handprint. That's what that's there for.
Coming here was a grave mistake. He has followed me, watching and lurking in dark corners, waiting to surprise me. I dare not tell Elody. She would think the one thing I dread most for her to believe. I see him again from the window, watching me. His long hair and beard obscure his face, and he still holds that knife. He means to kill me.
Dude, his teeth. I think it's going to turn out he's the man. Oh man, that's wickedly creepy. Trying to see, does it look like him? It kind of does. Except for them weird looking teeth.
I am losing my faculties. It is best I return to the ship. Everyone seems to be conspiring against me. The housekeeper despises me, accusing me of misconduct. Perhaps I'm not a man of refinement, but I know what respect is. Yet this morning, as I woke from my rest, she was enraged with me. It was of no use to tell her I had slept peacefully. An external maid who comes to clean was crying and accusing me of having approached her in an unseemly manner. I would never do such a thing. I am a sailor, a man of the world. I know how to conduct myself.
Yep, that's what it was. He was the guy. He's still the guy. That's why he was in the asylum, or the sanatorium. Okay, who is Walter Brandon? Walter Brandon seemed like an honorable man, madly in love with Elody, the kind of love you don't fake. Still, he was accused of taking liberties with one of the maids. Something about it doesn't sit right. Yeah, because he was this guy, he just didn't realize it.
The last entry in the diary, dated the very night of the murder.
My beloved Elody, why can you not believe this poor sailor who only wishes to love you? I have left everything behind. My ship, the sea, all my world, just to be by your side as you asked me to. Damn it. I can hear the man with the knife coming up the stairs from the hall. I need to hide.
Walter was terrified. What in the devil was happening here? It seems this trunk was all Walter owned. I should take a look at it. A photograph of Elody. No doubt Walter cared for her deeply. Looks like the key to the back garden. I better head back to the staircase gallery. Pretty sure I saw a door to the outside there. It seems I'm not the only one with a fondness for hats.
Yeah, I think I've already solved this. He's going to have murdered her. And he doesn't realize that he's the man.
Another boarded up door. The question is, was it sealed before the murder? And why?
Oh, can't get in there.
The killer likely fled through the rear door of the house.
Wow, this outdoor area is massive.
Here's the missing kitchen knife. Undoubtedly the murder weapon.
Shouldn't you take that?
It's clear that the man who killed Elody discarded his blood-stained clothing during his escape.
Oh, we had to get another crowbar because it's right
This
here.
ought to do the trick for that boarded-up room upstairs, just by Walter Brandon's room.
It's probably Elody's room.
Despite his injuries, the killer rid himself of anything
Botanical
that might
clues
incriminate him
explore the
before
greenhouse
fleeing
behind the garden.
scene. The boots, the coat, even the knife. It's a chilling thought, but those very items remind me of the figure seen lurking near the manor, the same figure Walter Brandon spoke of with such dread, and perhaps the very one who was said to have harassed the maids. That mysterious presence was, in all likelihood, the murderer of Elody Fordside.
Yeah, I think I've already got this figured out. Because he would still be alive, and he probably has no idea he's the dude.
At that old fountain in the garden, now little more than a basin of stagnant water, one can still make out the faint impressions of bloodied hands. It seems almost certain the killer stopped here, in a hurried attempt to wash away some of the blood spattered across his body. gate still bears the macabre traces of that old tragedy, like a silent witness, pointing to the path taken by that murderous beast as he fled.
That one, I guess, doesn't disappear. That's kind of odd. Make sure I didn't miss anything. Because I looked at the coat and the hat and the shoes. Okay, so the man who terrified Walter Brandon. Walter Brandon was terrified by the presence of a mysterious knife-wielding figure who stalked him relentlessly. Okay, I don't see anything else, so I guess we'll head inside. Hopefully I don't miss anything. But I looked at all the green objects around here. Like I said, I'm surprised that the figure's still there of that guy, because usually the stuff disappears as you look at it, but I don't see anything else. Okay, to this day, 3 years since his disappearance, I still catch myself entering this room, expecting to find him there, exhausted yet sleepless, laboring without pause, shut away for days on end without food or rest, carving his final dreadful and chilling masterpiece, with those eyes, mad, haunted, the same eyes that seem to afflict every Fordside heir without exception. The very same enigmatic, sorrowful gaze I find myself recognizing more and more in Elody's face with each passing day. The day I saw her, scarcely 3 years old, create her first drawing, I knew then she, too, was lost. I cursed this wretched inheritance, so steeped in misfortune. Tomorrow I shall take Elody to the sanatorium, with therapy in a controlled environment. Perhaps then she might begin to improve. I shall not allow the Fordside legacy to take Elody from me as well. 25741. Okay, so let me get a little picture of that. That's probably for the next area.
Unlabeled liquor bottles. The damp and the passing years have likely worn away whatever once marked them. There's a distinct scent of wormwood, the plant at the heart of absinthe. Thujone, its active compound, could provoke hallucinations. Visions said to come straight from the goddess Artemis herself.
Okay, so obviously her husband was... he did artwork as well.
A sharpening wheel. Lord Fordside likely crafted his own chisels.
He was a sculptor, whereas Elody was a painter.
Lord Fordside was a gifted artist, no doubt, but his work betrayed a dark and tormented soul. This unfinished fallen angel stirs in me a curious sense of unease, almost repulsion.
The only thing I can think of is they still, have like, it's either supposed to be a sign for depression or maybe, I don't know. I don't think it's schizophrenia, but... it's definitely some kind of mental health issue that affects the whole family. Wait, is there something on the back? No. Okay, so we have the next code, so we're going to go ahead and head down that way. Hopefully I don't run into the a-hole with the knife. Alright, so this code, we have 2, 5, 7, 4, 1. There we go. Okay, this is the other side.
The door is locked.
This must be
I'll need
Elody's.
to find the key.
There he is again.
Him again.
That's
Who the bloody hell
sailor.
are you?
Dude, are we just gonna stare at each other? That's wild. Oh, his head doesn't even move with me. Okay, sir, you just stay down there, and I'm gonna go this way, okay? Don't be a jerk. Just stay there, okay? We'll get along splendidly if you promise not to chase me. I'm also kind of worried about turning around because he might disappear. He's just staring up there. He's staring at her room.
This room looks like it belongs to a woman. Lady Margaret,
Oh,
perhaps?
it's pretty bad.
The bed is made. The Countess hadn't yet gone to bed on the night of the murder.
Oh, there's some keys. Can I take them? Okay, we'll click on that in a second. Countess is a smoker.
Seems Lady Margaret was reading in the chair that evening. The book's still open, right where she left it. It's a damn fine bottle of wine. No one in their right mind would open a vintage like this and leave it abandoned, unless something rather urgent interrupted the evening.
This is a nightmare. I am deeply concerned for Elody. The housekeeper has long been warning me about Walter. I have made some inquiries, and nothing is as it seems. Elody remains blissfully happy with him in the house. I am at my wit's end. Since her return from the sanatorium, she has been positively radiant, a true beacon of light. They go out together and seem to have a splendid time. He appears very close to her. This is in stark contrast to the picture painted by the housekeeper, which is a complete contradiction.
Okay, so a mother's dilemma. Lady Margaret was worried about Elody. She harbored doubts about Walter Brandon, but had no proof to accuse him of anything, and, for the first time in years, her daughter seemed truly happy. Well, I get that, if your daughter suffered from, stuff that could cause like a mental breakdown. I mean, I would get why you would want that happiness to be there, but at the same time, if you felt like it wasn't right, would you want to take it away?
Last night I heard him scream. He seemed to be in the throes of a panic attack. I approached on tiptoe to the guest quarters, and then suddenly I was struck with terror. An insane, maniacal laughter echoed through the night. It did not sound like him. The following morning, Walter and Elody went out to sail on the pond. Everything appeared normal, and he was the most charming he has ever been.
Yeah, because he has schizophrenia. He doesn't know that he's this other guy. Oh, right there.
Something made of glass has shattered here.
Oh my God, what is that noise? It's coming from Elody's room.
The fireplace tools, all knocked over on the floor. And unless my eyes deceive me, the poker appears to be missing.
Oh my God, Elody!
Lady Margaret, quite agitated, grabbed the fireplace poker and rushed toward Elody's room.
I like these memory things. I've seen a couple games that do stuff like this. Really enjoy it. Here's the keys.
Likely the one to Elody's room.
Okay.
Lady Margaret lied to me. She hadn't taken any sleeping draught that night. She could have heard the attack and rushed to see what was happening. Why did she hide this from me?
Maybe because
The
she
more
was
I investigate, the more
embarrassed.
convoluted it all seems.
Or
I
sorrowful.
should head to Elody's room to search for answers.
Maybe she blamed her death on herself because, you know, she didn't do something about this guy, and I think she has her suspicions that it's him. Okay, Lady Margaret lied. Lady Margaret lied in her account. She hadn't taken any sleeping pills. She was awake at the time of the murder and rushed with a blunt object in hand to defend her daughter. Yep, dude's gone. I knew it. Hopefully he just kept going that way. Here's the poker. Ugh, why would you want that picture in your room?
There was a struggle here. Clear as day. Not a clean break-in. The killer wasn't subtle. Photograph of Elody Fordside and Walter Brandon. If my memory serves me right. Looks like it was taken at Westland Asylum. A rag doll, tossed on the floor. I'd wager it used to sit neatly on the bed. Either it was knocked over in the scuffle, or perhaps Elody dropped it herself in the panic. A pool of dried blood. There's no doubt now. This was the scene of the crime. Judging by the sheer brutality of the crime, we can almost certainly conclude the killer was a man of considerable build. The blood-stained coat, found alongside the greenhouse knife, suggests that the mysterious figure seen loitering nearby may, in fact, be the very same individual who committed the murder. They say the killer always returns to the scene of the crime. But 20 years have passed. Why now? Let's attempt to reconstruct the events, just as they might have unfolded that night, and try to understand precisely what happened.
As I say, there's a lock on our door and it looks broken.
A teacup on the bedside table. Elody must have lain down that night, perhaps already drifting to sleep. The door's lock, completely broken, indicates someone forced their way into the room, likely startling Elody awake.
Yeah, that's him alright. He just has a long beard. Oh, we're here.
Elody tried to flee, but the killer cornered her near the vanity. She lost her balance and fell, breaking the dresser and chair.
That would have been the noise her mother heard.
The killer dragged her to the bed against her will. In the struggle, one of the vases fell from the mantelpiece. On the bed, the killer stabbed her mercilessly, again and again, staining the sheets with blood.
And then her mom came in.
That's when Lady Margaret arrived, striking the killer with the fireplace poker, knocking him away from Elody.
But it was too late. That's probably why she probably, like, you know, she didn't hurt him too bad because he obviously got away. But that's why she wanted to pretend like she was asleep, because then that would be the reason why she couldn't save her daughter, not because she wasn't fast enough.
Wounded, the killer fled the scene. But it was already too late. Elody was already dead.
Okay, sharp-eyed, gather all clues from Elody's crime scene.
The old Bloomsbury mansion. It choked my thoughts. It had that kind of sadness that seeps into your bones like old damp, and that sudden abandonment, so clear before my eyes, looked like a sinister time capsule.
Yeah, because what he saw there was the reflection of himself in the window.
One thing was certain. My next move was to dig up answers about the man with the knife, and about Walter Brandon, the sailor from Westland Asylum, an old, forgotten sanatorium that, 20 years ago, was the scene of a meeting between Elody Fordside and that Brandon fellow.
A lament of the forgotten. The old sanatorium loomed in the distance, silent and solemn, a monument to forgotten suffering. It stood like a sleeping giant, its walls steeped in the horrors of another age. John knew that crossing its threshold meant stepping into the labyrinth of the human mind, where the madness of some and the cold indifference of others had turned places like this into breeding grounds for nightmares. A creeping unease settled in as he neared the entrance, a whisper of dread curling at the edges of his thoughts. Yet he pressed on. He needed answers, and he was certain they lay waiting in the dark. Great, is that where I'm going? Is this abandoned too?
It was an ungodly hour when my battered car crept along the winding, shadowed road leading to Westland Asylum. But what I found upon arrival was disquieting. The building, forsaken for more than a decade, remained illuminated. Was it some ancient emergency system defying the passage of time? Or was someone awaiting my arrival?
Yeah, it's just great, Dev. Send me to an abandoned insane asylum. That just sounds like fun. This odd the lights are on. Oh, I don't have a light anymore? Are you for real? Gilbert, I'm leaving now. I've gathered all my belongings, but I see that yours are still here. I have had to return the key to the front entrance, but the passageway leading to the back courtyard remains. I've covered it up a bit, but I'm sure you'll remember where it is. The kitchen window is broken, and quite frankly, I don't believe anyone will come to mend it. You should be able to get through there without any trouble. Take care.
So, there's an alternative entrance, hidden somewhere in the wall of the asylum.
Apparently it's in the kitchen. Why did he leave his car on? That's my question. Okay, that's probably where we're supposed to go, but I want to, just kind of look around real quick. Make sure we don't miss anything. I'm hoping this guy doesn't come in this sanatorium. Okay, let's check the door. It's going to be locked, so...
The front door. Sealed shut. As expected. Nothing's ever straightforward, is it? I'll have to find another way in.
It's so dark. I really need a light. A capillary's instincts find a way into the asylum was the achievement.
Bloody hell. It's pitch black in here. Looks like I've stumbled into what could be the kitchen.
Well, I mean, that's what the letter said, dude. Did you not pay any attention? Ooh.
Damn it. The lantern. It's broken. I'll have to manage without it for now.
Great. Way to go, dummy. I should have looked in there a little bit more. What the actual hell was that? It sounded like somebody is opening something and blowing on me. Why would that be in the mess hall? God, I really cannot see. It is super dark in this area.
Some of the rooms are completely trashed. I didn't expect the asylum to be in such a state of decay.
Oh, there just happens to be a lantern on the ground. I know this model. This is Demon from Demonologist. I thought I recognized it when I was in the kitchen.
A bloody handprint. Someone injured must have leaned against this wall. May 1922. This letter was written half a year before Elody's murder. It's possible she was still a patient here at the time.
May 5th, 1922, to Dr. Mulder, Director of the Westland Sanatorium. Sir, in view of the escalating violent incidents within this institution since the arrival of patient B03, we, the undersigned, feel it is our duty to express the following concerns on behalf of the sanatorium support staff. Sanitary support staff. Patient B03 requires a specialized care and strict oversight, necessitating immediate confinement in the isolation cell. Access to shared or public spaces should be allowed only under the supervision of 2 attendants equipped with tranquilizing injectables. The recent incidents have underscored grave deficiencies in this institute's security measures, revealing its unpreparedness to house patients with such a high degree of aggression. We strongly urge the hospital administration to implement decisive measures without delay. Should our concerns remain unaddressed, we will be compelled to escalate this matter to the National Asylum Workers Union, which has been made aware of our grievances. Respectfully, Nurse Florence Norman, on behalf of the Sanatorium Support Staff, Westland Sanatorium, Sanitary Support Staff, Westland Sanatorium.
The nurses were genuinely concerned about the aggression of patient B03.
And it's going to be our dude. It's going to be her boyfriend.
Westland Asylum was a top place in its good old days.
Westland Asylum, a place of hope and healing, under the esteemed direction of Dr. Mulder with distinguished consultation of Dr. Sheridan, expert in modern therapeutical methods, compassion, understanding, and advanced techniques of mental health care marking the state of recovery. Dr. Mulder's guidance and Darendon's progressive therapy, insights providing effective treatments for nervous ailments, melancholy, hysteria, and other mental disturbances. Services included are restorative rescues, modern electrotherapy applications, talk therapy and moral treatment, personalized occupational activities, holistic and humane care. Westland Asylum stands at the fore of psychiatric achievement, merging experience and innovation while treating each patient with the dignity of hope. For admissions and inquiries, Westland Asylum Admissions Office, Fairwood Lane, Westland County. First aid. Yep, this is the demonologist map.
How is the girl?
You mean Miss Elody Fordside. Don't worry, that bloke didn't lay a finger on her. But you took quite a knock. This is going to smart.
He must have been like a security guy, maybe? I don't see anything else in here to click on. So maybe they just stay like that? I know, it's kind of weird. It's like the one with the guy. To all staff and family members of the patients, on the forthcoming Tuesday, the 6th of April, 1932, and as previously announced, the closure of the Institute shall take place. Within the span of the month, the sanatorium shall be fully closed, and the patients will be transferred to other hospitals in the area according to their individual needs. As for the staff, you may request any outstanding payments and the severance compensation proportional to the time worked at the administration office, which shall remain open for one additional week following the closure from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. For your convenience, we likely request that you schedule an appointment. The final working and insurable day shall be Monday, the 4th of April, 1932. Dr. Mulder, Director of Westland Sanatorium.
The asylum was shut down 10 years ago. Judging by the state it's in, they probably had no choice but to close it due to the building's condition.
So 10 years after Elody died, or was murdered.
Some basic rules, but quite necessary, I must say.
All right. Huh.
It's locked. Without the key, I won't be able to access the upper floors.
God, I don't think I would want to take that anyway. Hasn't been worked on for 10 years. Yep, there's the basement. Okay, I don't need the old crazy doctor coming after me in this game like in Demonologist. I'm good, thank you. I don't think that mail's supposed to be sticking out of the wall. Oh look, the archives is all nice and lit up. Why are all the lights on? What the heck is... Like, this shouldn't be possible.
This file cabinet is now empty. It probably held all the records of the inpatients.
Memorandum. Pursuant to the established protocols and regulations of the Westland Asylum, in preparation for the forthcoming annual report to the Board of Trustees, Dr. Lenore Sheridan will retain custody of the patient records for a duration of 5 days. Members of the medical staff requiring access to these records during this interval are advised to direct their inquiries to Dr. Sheridan's office between the hours of 9 a.m. and 3 p.m. Selma Crinton, Administrative Secretary.
I need to find Dr. Sheridan's office.
It's probably upstairs, because I think there were offices upstairs. Okay, well, what would be the point of opening this if there's nothing in here? Unless something appears in there at some point.
We must formalize the admission of Miss Elody Fordside. I have her file here.
That girl? What do you think of her?
I don't quite know. She seems a good girl. I do hope she recovers soon.
I know what Dr. Mulder thinks of her.
Oh, don't be wicked.
You cannot tell me you haven't noticed. Have you seen the way he looks at her?
Shh, hush now. Someone's coming.
It seems the nurses were gossiping about a certain Dr. Mulder, who appeared to be especially taken with Elody.
Oh, maybe it was the doctor. Yeah, it doesn't look like these ones disappear like the other ones. Could be the doctor. Okay, Matthew Garby, age 54, head of maintenance at Westland. His ability to fix any malfunction and above all his kind nature toward the patients made him a beloved and popular figure within the asylum. Traces of his presence can still be found throughout the building. It is possible that the county authorities continue to pay him a small stipend to ensure this historical estate is maintained at minimum level of preservation. Well, that would explain why not everything was falling apart. Florence Norman, age 25. Fresh out of nursing school, Miss Norman found a position at this institute. Her academic record was outstanding, and the hospital's management had no hesitation in hiring her as an assistant to head nurse Selma Crinton. Florence's youth and enthusiasm contrast sharply with the strictness and rigidity of Nurse Crinton, whose protocols and rules feel suffocating to Florence. Okay, so we've almost seen all the people in this game. Selma Crinton, age 64. Head nurse Crinton is a woman with a strong temperament. She does not tolerate disagreements or being contradicted in any way. Deep down, her weariness and disinterest show a result of deep apathy after so many years trapped in a routine she cannot escape. Despite her strict rules, everyone considers her an excellent professional with many years of experience behind her. Okay, so I don't remember. I don't think I read those. I think that was the last one I read. So, a murder at night. In the night, Elody was asleep in her room when the murderer forced the door and took her by surprise. She was dragged to bed and stabbed multiple times, which that is a crime of passion. So it could have been the doctor. The brutal struggle that ended in tragedy. Lady Margaret struck the assailant brutally and he fled, wounded, but it was too late. Elody was already dead. The connection between patient B03 and Elody. Patient B03 was an extremely violent subject admitted to the asylum without any form of documentation. According to one report, he attempted to violently approach Elody Fordside. Was it mere coincidence, or could it be related to her murder? Yeah, so the groundskeeper, he tried to step in between her and that guy. Or the maintenance man, I guess. God, I feel like I should have my EMF detector because I remember coming in this room so many times looking for stuff. Hello? Who's calling me? There shouldn't be a working telephone. Where the hell is that coming from? It sounds like I'm close to it, but I can't. I don't know where the hell the telephone is. Is it over here? There it is.
Hello? Hello? Can you hear me?
Mr. Morley, is that you?
Lady Margaret?
Mr. Morley, I'm so relieved to hear your voice. I've been trying to reach your office, but I couldn't get through to anyone.
It's awfully late at night, Lady Margaret. How on earth did you know I was at Westland Asylum?
Well, I was already in bed, truth be told. But there was something on my mind. A vital detail I'd forgotten to mention.
Yeah, how did she know he was
I
here?
called your office, searched for you at the mansion, and when I couldn't find you there, I assumed you might be investigating at the asylum.
I see. Very resourceful of you. Now tell me, what is this detail of such importance?
Oh, yes, of course. I almost forgot. You see, the truth is, I'm afraid that you're not alone.
What the devil does that mean? Hello? Lady Margaret?
Oh, come on, lady. Oh, screw you. No, I'm not going in the basement. Nope. Nope, this isn't Demonologist. I'm not going in the frickin' basement. What is this bullcrap? I'm afraid you're not alone. I think he's lost it. Okay, strange call from Lady Margaret. A strange telephone call from Lady Margaret informed us that we are not alone in the asylum. She likely possesses information due to previous police investigations. Even so, the call felt strangely out of place. I mean, I did notice you could shut all these doors. I'm wondering if that is something. Okay, I'm just going to keep going this way for now. Because actually that was way down there, so maybe I was supposed to have gone in... Can we get in the archive? Oh, okay, so we need a code. Another coded door. Oh, that leads to the upstairs. Yep, and that leads outside. Ah, frick. Well, I guess the only way is down. I thought this was just a detective game. I don't have a freaking flashlight.
Is someone there?
Maybe this guy's just imagining all this.
Damn it. I've got a bad feeling about this.
Yeah, so do I. There's blood all over the walls. This is how you get into Susie's room. Oh, cool. What did that just do? Maybe it powers the elevator. Ah, this was where the cells were. Solitary confinement. Open door, cold to warm. Yeah, like, why are you able to shut the doors? I don't understand that, and I don't like that. Oh, God. Yep, that was solitary confinement. Because right down there was Susie's box. Patient report. That one's locked. Oh, that one's actually blinking.
Internal report. Patient B08, Miss Beatrice Marin, female, 28, reclassified after initial misidentification. Miss Marin presents with severe self-destructive behaviors. She engages in autosarcophagy, self-cannibalism that has markedly compromised her physical integrity, and compulsively ingests her own hair. These actions, driven by deep psychological torment and overwhelming despair, leave her in a perilously fragile state. As a precaution, she is secured in a straitjacket and confined to an environment entirely devoid of any utensils or objects that might facilitate further self-harm. Her treatment protocol centers on the administration of potent sedatives to alleviate anxiety and curb these impulses, with ongoing monitoring.
Well, that's hilarious. It sounded like the freaking door opened. But it did not. Wild. B5. B4. So B3 was down here. Yep, there's B3.
Internal report. Patient B03, identity unknown. Male, early 30s. Admitted after being the cause of a series of violent incidents. The patient exhibits a disturbing duality. Episodes of unprovoked, nearly superhuman aggression, displaying raw, overwhelming physical force, and subsequent plunges into an eerie, profound apathy. His faculties appear suspended during these lulls, leaving him in a state of unnerving inertia. Due to the unpredictability of his violent outbursts, he remains confined within a reinforced cell. Treatment involves high doses of sedatives, potassium bromide or morphine, and a regimented course of electroconvulsive therapy, alongside stringent restraints, such as an anti-biting mask and, if required, an iron muzzle. Ongoing monitoring is maintained.
So they dressed him up like Hannibal Lecter. Well. Okay, door. Okay, B2.
Internal report. Patient B02. Mr. Norbert Clark, 45, from Sanderson, is a persistent pyromaniac whose actions have repeatedly endangered both property and life. Despite his seemingly frail build, he harbors an alarming compulsion for fire setting, a tendency exacerbated by intermittent episodes of disorganized thought and incoherent speech under duress. His unsettling, fixed gaze suggests the planning of covert schemes, amplifying his threat. To mitigate risk, he is isolated in a secure cell, thoroughly cleared of flammable materials. His management includes a regimented program of sedatives and antipsychotic medications to stabilize his manic and schizoid symptoms, with vigilant oversight maintained.
Oh, dang. The whole floor above him collapsed, apparently. Okay, so it's not that one. Okay, so is that blue one still pushed? I got that down here, right? No, it's not. Okay, what is that? Okay, so I think it's that one, and then I think it's this green one. And then I think it's the red one back here. I don't know what we're doing, but... Okay, it is not that one. So it must be the one by the elevator. And then that one, because I think the one by the elevator is orange, so you're going from cold to hot. Circuit breaker. Activate the 4 power switches. Oh, that opens the electric chair. Yikes.
This room gives me the shivers.
Okay, so patient transfer note. Patient B03, date 15th of July, 1922. Transfer patient B03 to Area M. Following severe sessions of electroconvulsive therapy, ECT, the patient has shown significant improvement. Previous violent episodes have been entirely eradicated, and the patient now presents with a profound state of apathy, characterized by emotional detachment and a notable lack of response. His interactions are limited to monosyllabic utterances with no signs of aggression or emotional reaction. This behavior may be attributed to the intensification of treatment, as well as potential underlying psychological condition that we must continue to investigate. It is anticipated that with continued observation, the patient will gradually regain his ability to communicate and exhibit emotional responses. However, the complexities of the case should be taken into consideration, along with the need for potential adjustment to his ongoing treatment. Given the control of the violent tendencies and the stabilization of his condition, it is deemed appropriate to transfer the patient to Area M, a less restrictive environment, though under strict supervision. Close monitoring is recommended to assess any potential changes in behavior with the possibility of further adjustment to his medication. Dr. Sheridan, Westland Asylum. Westland Asylum, East Wing access. That's probably the stairs that I saw that was over by the archives. I knew it. I knew something was going to happen.
I need to hide. Quickly.
Oh, this was not a place to hide.
I can't hear it. Could it be gone?
I knew there was a reason for those doors to close. Okay, so the treatment of patient B03. Following an intensive course of electroconvulsion therapy and medication, patient B03 appeared to be abandoned, his violent tendencies entering a state of marked apathy. In accordance with hospital protocol, he was transferred to the first floor and assigned a new identification number as an inmate. Yeah, see, the phone came in last, but that wasn't came in before, after these, but this came in after the phone. Okay, so luckily we just had to hide in a room. I'm telling you, he's just seeing things is what it is. This dude is not really here. Because where does he keep disappearing to if he's here? Can't take that yet. Yep. Yes. What the frickin' heck is going on?
A maintenance uniform. Oddly well prepared. Not a speck of dust on it.
It's because he probably still technically works here.
Clean water, an apple, a bit of bread. The food's still fresh. A cigarette case, with a bit of tobacco still inside.
Okay, Westland Asylum at Matthew Garbray, maintenance.
Looks like someone's been coming through here. Perhaps this is what Lady Margaret meant in her call. Or was she trying to warn me about something else?
I don't know, but give me that shovel so I can hit that guy over the head. Yeah, I really think there's a reason you can open and close these doors, because you couldn't do that in the manor house. Oh, this is opened up to the 4th floor. Yeah, because in Demonologist, you couldn't get all the way up here. Dr. Straussen. I don't think we talked about that guy. Males' rooms. Okay, we got another locked door. Got another one here. So we have like 3 oh, wow. I think we have 3 padlocks altogether. There's another one.
I'd rather not go through there. Looks ready to cave in at any moment.
Yeah, that doesn't look good. Now, we might not even get into those places, so... It could be that that's just how... Maybe that's how they locked them. See anything in the bathroom? The hell was that?
Here it is. Dr. Sheridan's office. This is where I'll find Elody and Walter's records. Elody's record. Patient at the sanatorium.
Westland Asylum registration of admissions and discharges. Patient name, Miss Elody Fordside. Date of admission, 14th of December, 1921. Date of discharge, 17th of October, 1922. Patient registration number 2546. Reason for admission, Miss Elody Fordside was admitted to this asylum upon the directive of her mother, Lady Margaret Fordside, a notable benefactress of this institute. The patient exhibits a persistently low mood, a tendency towards social withdrawal, and reoccurring negative thoughts. Lady Fordside expressed concern over the risk of the patient engaging in self-harming behavior. Preliminary observations. During the initial evaluation, the patient displayed a withdrawn posture, delayed response, and consistent avoidance of eye contact. She reported feeling trapped in a constant state of oppression and described a persistent sense of unease. Though she refrained from providing further detail, her condition necessitates close observation and a progressive therapeutic approach to monitor and assess any changes. Hereby, the admission of Miss Fordside to our institute is formally recorded. A detailed follow-up of her progress shall be maintained. Dr. Mulder, Westland Asylum.
Wait. No,
Familiar faces recognize the patient in
There
Sheridan's
he is.
photo.
In the photo. Dr. Sheridan in the center. And right next to him, it's him. The man with the knife. That wild mane, that unkempt beard, it's unmistakable. But what's he doing here? And he's holding a book. I need to get to the library.
Yeah, it looks like a pirate book, because it's that dude. Okay, Dr. Sheridan, age 38. Dr. Sheridan represents the modern approach that society should take towards mental illness. His innovative techniques and insatiable hunger for experimentation have opened new doors in the care and treatment of patients. One experiment in particular has drawn interest. He allowed a group of male and female patients to interact freely and found that their spirits calmed, reaching remarkable levels of emotional stability. Photographed in Dr. Sheridan's office. In a photograph found in Dr. Sheridan's office, he appears alongside several patients. One man stands out, a long-haired fellow with a beard, the very same who seems to have been following me since the beginning of the investigation. Was he a patient in the asylum? Who the devil is this man?
Nothing of interest here. Strange. Elody's record was easy to find, but there's no sign of anything related to Walter Brandon. Something doesn't add up. What am I missing?
Jump there just in case I missed something. Absence of records for Walter Brandon. The archives include a complete file on Elody Fordside, recording both her admission and her discharge, yet no documentation whatsoever exists for Walter Brandon. Why is his file missing? Maybe somebody took it. Dr. Sheridan, first and foremost, I must acknowledge the commendable results you have achieved with your recreational reading therapy. It is evident that the escapism and the avenues offered by literary fiction have contributed significantly to alleviating the anxiety of our patients. However, I regret to inform you that one of your patients, Miss Elody Fordside, will no longer participate in your reading sessions. Given that she is the daughter of the esteemed Mrs. Margaret Fordside, I deemed it unsuitable for her to associate with certain individuals whose questionable moral standing may have an adverse side effect on the delicate mind of the young lady. It is best that you keep apart from such influences. Therefore, I'm relieving you of any responsibility for her care, and I shall take over the management of Miss Elody Forsyde's treatment from this day forward. I have already communicated this decision to her mother, Lady Margaret. I trust you will understand the necessity of this change. Dr. Frederick Mulder, Managing Director, Westland Asylum. Questionable morality, don't make me laugh, Frederick. What truly eats away at you is the fear that those bad influences might actually be too good for her. What is it you truly aspire to? A seat among the nobility, perhaps? You're a pathetic hypocrite consumed by your own ego. Damn, tell us how you really feel.
What was that noise? Sounds like something just came crashing down.
What in the Sam hell was that? About had a heart attack. I wasn't expecting, like, a loud crashing and then the freaking door just opened. Maybe that's what just happened. Oh wait, I don't want to go across. I don't want to go up. I wasn't ready yet. Hopefully I can get back down. I wanted to check that other door real quick. Yikes. Stairs. Oh, frick, I can't get back down. Oh, I can't get back down. I'm gonna have to go all the way around? Where did I just come out at?
Impossible. Locked as well.
Oh, this is the kitchen. Oh, now it went away. Yeah, I'm assuming whatever that noise was, it was what we just climbed up, because that's the only thing that makes sense. Okay, this has got... I'm going to see if this is... There was that number, the patient number, and I'm just curious if maybe that's Elody's. Give me a second here. I took a picture of it, and I just want to test it really quick. Okay, so it was 2, 5, 4, 6. It is not. Okay, I was just curious. I was like, maybe that's because it was on her patient log, so... What in the hell is all this noise? You tried. You kidding me? I came all the way back down here for a jump scare that didn't get me. Yeah, because there's literally nothing in this room. It's just great. That was a waste of time. Oh, I can't climb back up this either. I'm gonna have to go back to the stairs. Oh, that opened. That was weird. Okay, well, I guess we're just gonna have to go back down the stairs. This is... Yeah, that's... I thought that was sealed off. See, if I would have hit that door first, I'd have been fine, but no. I did already look at that. I wonder why that's still glowing. Weird. There we go. It's like an autopsy room or something? Dear Dr. Mulder, the books you requested are now available in the archive. You may pick them up at your convenience. Here's the new entry code, 89981. Okay, so let me get a picture of that. Dude. No thanks. Okay, so let me pull up the code. So we have 8, 9, 9, 8, 1. Let's see, this door you can't shut. Research Rorschach test. Today's code to open the key box is the moth. The moth. Well, the 4 kind of looks like one. Key box. Okay, Rorschach test. For the psychology test using the Rorschach ink blot test, we will use the following code to name the plates. This way, the patient will not be able to obtain information about their evaluation unless a therapist deems it appropriate. So plate 1 is 10010, plate 2 is 01101, plate 3 is 11001, plate 4 is 00100, plate 5 is 01010, plate 6 is 11011, plate 7 is 11100, and plate 8 is 0011. I think I missed a 1 there. Okay, so I'm going to take a screenshot of that. I think we need plate 4, which is 00100. But I guess we'll find out. Because that's what looks like a moth to me. Okay, the key box. Okay, so we're going to go with 0, 0, 1, 0, 0. That was it. Male rooms, female rooms. What's this key? The lift. I can't believe there's nothing in here to read other than getting that key. Okay, I'm going to go down here because that's where I put the lift, so... Nope, I was trying to shut the door. There we go. Okay, so that would take us there. Let's try the second. Ah, yeah, this is where that guy was standing. It's like that dude. This is just the art room or something. Looks like one of the doctors. I mean, I don't know why that was supposed to be scary because of the little music that they gave you, but that was not scary. Another code. Internal note on patient organization and cataloging. For the swift and proper cataloging of patients, a system of labeling is employed in which each patient is assigned a number corresponding to the room they occupy. The passcode to access each patient's cell is the discharge number assigned upon admission. The number must be consulted in the admissions register or in the individual patient record. Should a patient be transferred to another location within the institute, their cataloging will be amended according to the new room to which they were assigned. Okay, so the passcode is access to each patient's cells, the discharge number assigned upon their admission. Okay. Patients classified as dangerous, whether to themselves or to others, are housed in the basement in specially adapted cells designed to ensure their isolation and safety. This area is designated as Area B. The ground floor contains the common areas of the establishment, such as the kitchen, dining hall, and administrative offices, where matters relating to paperwork are handled. A small first aid room and the archives containing all records and documents pertaining to staff and inmates are also located here. The doctor's offices are situated on the second floor, which is designated area for medical care. However, an exception is made for the office of Dr. Mulder, the director of the sanatorium, who occupies the third floor. On the second floor, one will also find the rooms of male patients, Area M, and the female patients, Area F. It is important to note that the attic, which was previously used as a recreation room and for the therapeutic activities, has been permanently closed due to its unsuitable and unsafe structural condition. This system of organization and cataloging has been designed to maintain proper control and safety of all inmates, as well as to ensure the efficiency in the management of the various sections of the asylum. Selma Cretan, Administrative Secretary, Westland Asylum. Okay, so basically there should be nothing in the attic. The myths of psychology. In the shadows of forgotten myths lies the story of Psyche, the soul herself driven by longing to reunite with her lost love, Cupid, also known as Eros, god of love, desire, and insatiable attraction. Her path leads downward into the depths of the underworld. There she must retrieve a golden box said to contain a trace of Persephone's beauty. Persephone, goddess of spring and fertility, and yet also the somber queen of the dead. But Psyche is warned, do not open the box. Still, hope is a dangerous thing. Perhaps she believed that a touch of divine beauty would make her worthy again in Cupid's eyes. Perhaps it was simple curiosity, that old companion of tragedy. She opens the box, but there is no beauty inside, only darkness. A deathly sleep seeps out, wrapping her in silence. Her body falls still, suspended between life and death. And so she enters the hidden kingdom, the realm of madness. Marlene, finally patient 1365 has returned the book. Every time they borrow it, it takes a month to bring it back. When it's not him, it's that girl. I can't even imagine how many times they've read it, but there are other patients who've also requested it, and I've made the decision to take it off the shelf and place it under the custody of the one who opened the golden box. If anyone asks for it, it will be there. Pia Wilson, librarian of the Westland Asylum. It's probably that book that the guy had. So it's under a statue of Psyche. Nor there would be a bed there. Oh, yikes. Sounds like it's gonna fall apart. Okay, the rumors were true. Listen to Dr.
Patient
Mulder's
reporting.
incriminating tape.
Elody Fordside, February 3rd, 1922. Daily record number 23. Let us begin. How are you feeling today, Miss Fordside?
I feel well.
Elody, we have discussed this before. If you do not tell me how you truly feel, we will make no progress.
I feel a little sad, perhaps. I am alone here. I miss my mother and having company. So much time with nothing to do makes me think of things I do not wish to think of.
I see. Listen, Elody. I believe you are looking at this the wrong way. If, instead of dwelling on what you call dark thoughts, you were to focus on possibilities, your outlook would change entirely. A young, beautiful woman such as yourself should look to the future with excitement. Think of all the adventures that lie ahead. Your family, your career as a painter. Perhaps even finding a man of good standing. One who could protect you from your demons.
A man?
Tell me, Elody, is there no man who stirs your heart?
What in God's name do you think you're doing?
Miss Fordside, you may go. We shall continue later.
Very well.
Have you lost your mind? Where is your professionalism?
Do not presume to judge my methods with your oh-so-righteous reading therapy.
Methods? The entire hospital is whispering about you. She is a patient, Dr. Mulder, and she is mentally unwell.
Listen, Ferdinand. Stay out of my affairs, and I shall stay out of yours. Or have you forgotten which one of us is the director of this institution?
Do as you please, but if I ever witness such a scene again, I will not remain silent.
All the cast unlocked every character in the game.
Damn fool.
Huh. Okay, so Dr. Mulder, age 42. Dr. Mulder represents the other face of psychiatric medicine, arrogant and vehement. He exudes an air of contempt and underestimation towards patients. A firm supporter of shock therapy and violence, he harbors strong aversion to Dr. Sheridan's and innovative treatments and actively hinders his experiments whenever possible. Recently, he has shown an unusual interest in a patient named Elody, even going so far as to remove her from Dr. Sheridan's care, under whom she had been showing significant improvement. Okay, so rumors surrounding Dr. Mulder. The nursing staff have spoken in hushed tones about the manner in which Dr. Mulder looks at Elody Fordside. It is said he made little effort to conceal his attraction, or perhaps something deeper. That's funny, I saw that earlier, but it just now popped up. So it could have even been him. Was he crazy enough to go after her like that? 1365, maybe? Okay, let's try that. 1365. Let's take it down to that room. Got it. Okay, Stella Morris, find Walter Brandon's private room.
A ship's old helm, tied to the bed, as if it were the quarterdeck of a vessel.
Yeah, they made his room look like a boat.
Stella Morris. That was the name of the ship captained by Walter Brandon.
Dear Walter, there's something about you that I cannot ignore. A quiet strength, a resolve that feels unshakable. The thought of all you've endured fills me with a kind of admiration I can scarcely put into words. You are unlike anyone I've ever met, and yet I wonder if you sense it too. Those stolen glances, the way time seems to pause when our eyes meet. Perhaps it's nothing, or perhaps it's everything. I'm not sure if you're aware, but the night watchman rarely checks the attic on weekends. Some evenings, during those quiet moments before we're all set to bed, I like to slip away and wander up there. There's a peculiar stillness in that place, a kind of peace I find nowhere else. Tonight, at 7 sharp, I think I might take one of those little walks. Perhaps I'll find the calm even sweeter. Yours, Elody.
This must be the key to the attic. Let's see where it leads.
What? That was a different voice. I should have known he was AI.
That hospital screen is positioned like the sail of a ship. This room is the room of a madman. The entire space is arranged as if it were the deck of a ship. Did that man truly come to believe he was a character in an adventure book?
I was going to say maybe his story is from Robinson Crusoe. I mean, that would make sense. Okay, room of patient 1365. The room is decorated to resemble the bridge of a ship, with a sort of makeshift helm tied to the bed. Torn out pages from a book are hidden in every corner of the room. Written on the wall is the phrase Stella Maris, as though it were the name of a ship. Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know if it's Robinson Crusoe or what. I don't recognize the name of the ship. I swear to God, dude. Don't come near me. Just leave me be. I'm gonna go to the attic. I mean, I didn't shut the door, so he could technically jump in here with me. Why is the padlock gone? That was weird. Ugh, I hate this.
Powerful drugs for depression. Anxiolytics. The girl improved, but it seems the doctors were baffled by her mind.
She would come up here in pain.
Looks like Elody found herself a little hideaway to keep practicing her dark craft. Elody found painting, and with it, a way to spill the shadows that crawled through her mind.
I mean, it definitely is a good outlet. Our island. So they would sneak up here. The secret nook, discover Walter and Elody's attic hideout.
A pair of scissors and a comb. Elody put in real effort to make him fit the mold of her ideal hero. Hair on the chair, strands on the floor. This is where the transformation took place.
Patient 1365 became Walter Brandon. Metamorphosis, uncover how Elody transformed patient 1353.
In the image of her most secret longings.
Well, that's wild. So she turned him into Edward.
An alarm clock.
Most likely they used to slip back to the second floor before anyone noticed. Oh, now he says it.
To slip back to the second floor before anyone noticed they were gone. Every detail planned to perfection.
So they would stay up here.
And Elody. Their secret hideaway. Like two reckless teenagers, they started a romance. Hidden from the prying eyes of doctors and nurses. For a while, they managed to keep their affair in the shadows. Far from the eyes of doctors and nurses.
But she didn't know how bad off he really was. And I think she thought she could keep him from being like that. Okay, discovery in the attic. In the attic, a pair of scissors lay beside the clumps of coarse dark hair and the remnants of a beard. All signs point to a remarkable and unsettling discovery. It was here that Elody reshaped patient 1365, physically and perhaps psychologically, into the man known as Walter Brandon. What began as an act of transformation soon blossomed into something far more intimate. I wonder what this one is. I've missed something here. I mean, I guess it could show up later. Yikes. Okay, I don't want to look at that just yet, because that might take me down. I want to make sure that I've looked everywhere. Okay. That doesn't seem safe, but okay. The heck is this? Is this the...
The room has been decorated to resemble some sort of island in the South Seas. Of course, I should have guessed. She pulled him into her world. Elody created Walter Brandon.
Okay, this is taking a turn I was not expecting. Okay, there's that one. I don't know what this one is, though. Elody's room. Elody's room is entirely decorated with cutouts of palm trees and cardboard inlets, creating a tropical atmosphere that matches the book found in the library in Walter's room.
A draft letter, scratched out and full of corrections.
My dearest Walter, do not worry. Everything is in its place. I know it won't be easy, but it is crucial that you take the first step. Once they grant you your discharge, everything will change. I'll be ready to follow you the moment you are out in a safe place far from here. When you speak with the doctors, I want you to repeat the words I've told you, with conviction, as though they are the only thing that matters. The shadow is gone. It has vanished. You are now fully yourself once more. Tell them you regret everything that happened, that you cannot understand how you acted in such a way. Speak of how you have found peace in reading, how you now wish to live more serenely with purpose. Make them see that the shadows no longer exist, that the darkness is completely faded. They must believe you are free. I know this is not entirely true, but I'm certain that, with effort, you can control the shadow. You must do it for us, for what lies ahead. They do not see you as you are. They only see you as the mere piece in their game. We shall show them that they have no control over our fate. Once you are free, I shall request my discharge as well. My place will be with you, and together we shall make our way to the Bloomsbury Mansion. Bloomsbury Manor. I love you, and I know that soon we will be free. This will all be behind us, and everything we've dreamed of will begin to come true. With all my love, Elody.
She goaded him into leaving the sanatorium.
When he wasn't ready.
That man was desperately ill. But Elody's selfishness...
Elody's room. Find Elody's bedroom achievement.
She pushed him too far. If I pieced this together correctly, that Walter was never really Walter at all. There was another personality. She called it the Shadow, a dominant, dangerous force that surfaced again and again in his life. The threads are beginning to unravel. But I need to see this through. What truly happened to Walter Brandon?
Note from Elody to Walter. A letter written by Elody to Walter describes a plan for him to leave the asylum after her own departure, with the intention of meeting again at Bloomsbury Manor. The note also mentions someone called the Shadow, described as a dangerous being that seems to haunt Walter Brandon. Who or what is the Shadow? Dear Elody, it has been some weeks since you requested a private session. As both your physician and your friend, I find myself troubled, unable to cast aside the thought of the solitude you spoke of those weeks past, solitude of which you have not since uttered a word. These days, burdened as I am with duty, I shall be confined to my office until the late hours of the night. Should you at any moment feel the impulse or the need for company, do not hesitate to visit me. The code to enter my office is 39124. Okay, so let me take a little picture of that one. Dr. Mulder. So now we're going to be able to get into his office.
This letter. At the very least, it's highly inappropriate.
Mm-hmm. He's a scumbag. So right now it could either be Walter killed her or the doctor did. I'm not sure which yet. Oh god, are we going to be able to climb back up that? The guy's probably going to be up there. Oh, that was quick getting back up there. Okay, so we need to go to room 2? Is that where it was? I think it's room 2. I don't remember where his office is now. They said he was on the 3rd. He had the 3rd floor to himself. Yeah, here we go. Okay, so the code is 3 9 1 2 4. Ooh, got a little lag there.
Patient number 1365 returns after an absence of 4 months. He's in a state of utter disorientation, perspiration pouring off him, and good heavens, there's a severe wound to the skull. His clothes and hands are covered in blood, and it doesn't appear to be his own. He cannot recall his name, nor anything that's happened during these past months. Seems to have found his way back here more by some strange instinct than by memory itself. The personality once known as Walter has vanished entirely, as has the entity we refer to as the Shadow, though given his nature, I cannot say with certainty it isn't still lurking beneath the surface. We have treated cases of dissociative identity before, but never one such as this. His appearance, his voice, even his build and weight change quite drastically. Now he looks frail, gaunt, empty, as though there's nothing inside, as though he were but an empty shell, waiting to be occupied. His condition calls for far stricter supervision. This institution is no longer equipped to care for him. I am ordering his immediate transfer to St. Dimphna Hospital. Dr. Former, a specialist in matters such as this, will take him under his care. As I near the end of my tenure as director, I must see this case brought to a decisive close. The blood upon his hands, the emptiness in his eyes, all point to an act of the gravest kind. One his mind appears to have erased entirely. God help us, if the Shadow should ever wake again.
Yeah, so
So
he
it seems Walter came
killed her.
back to the sanatorium of his own accord, though he was utterly incapable of recalling what he'd done. They moved him to St. Dimphna's Hospital. Could he still be there after 20 years? What became of him? I'll have to follow this lead.
Okay, so the missing piece. The visit to the old sanatorium had left more questions than answers. The pieces didn't fit, scattered fragments of the puzzle missing its center. That one elusive detail, the thread that could unravel everything, remained just out of reach. Perhaps the modern hospital held the final clue, the last chance to shed light on the mystery still shrouding the death of Elody Fordside. Okay, get the achievement, Seasoned Detective. Follow the clues to St. Dimphna's Hospital. Okay, well,
That man
this should be
returned
empty.
to the new sanatorium, remembering practically nothing. Maybe it was the wound Lady Margaret left him. Or maybe his mind shattered and never came back after what happened that night. As for me, I was hired to find the one who killed Elody Fordside, and my intuition told me they were still there, in the depths of St. Dymphna. I sensed that the end of the road was waiting for me in that place.
Finally, a slightly normal-looking place. Yeah, I don't know. I missed a clue here, apparently. I wonder if it was in one of the other rooms, but I didn't see any paperwork that would have led to it. And I thought I followed everything completely. So I don't know, maybe it's something we'll get a little bit later, because now all the clues are filled out, it looks like. Okay, Return of the Forgotten. Dr. Mulder reports that patient 1365 returned months after his release, disoriented, apathetic, covered in blood and mud, with a head wound. Walter Brandon is gone, in the shadow as well, he notes. The patient with no memory had seemingly found his way through the forest instinctively. He was transferred to St. Dymphna Asylum. Now, how did Dr. Mulder know that he went by Walter Brandon? Is it just like he told them that that's what his name really was? Maybe they didn't know. I don't know. Because we never found his paperwork. Now, I'm wondering if maybe it was here. I hope I didn't miss it. Because I can't think of where I didn't go. I know that there was another, what was it, like 2 other rooms that had locks, but we didn't find any other paperwork. So, I don't know. Hopefully this is what we're going to get at the place now, but you never know. I mean, I'm just glad that they finally sent me to some place that it's, you know, it's going to be lived in. There's going to be people here. Not having to deal with this fake horror crap that they tried to pull over on me. I don't know, maybe it is abandoned. I mean, look at that bench. Who's sitting on that? My stamina is crappy. I don't know what's happened. Oh. That seems like a stupid thing. Like, why wouldn't they fix that?
Can't very well saunter in through the front door as if nothing's amiss. I'll need to find another way in.
How come? I mean, that seems like a good idea. You're just gonna sneak in? Why would you do that? Oh, that's broken. Maybe this place is abandoned. I don't know. Okay, let's go this way. There we go. I was having some issues, like my mouse was like, for some reason on my second screen, and I have no idea why I was doing that. It was really weird. How do I get in here? Okay, oh, there's an open window. Just saw it. Oh, that was weird. Why did that flash like that? Oh, okay, it's on the window. Got it. I was like, that's crazy weird. Oh, this place is no better, and this is being lived in, apparently. I mean, aren't they gonna catch me? I can't crouch or anything. Can I dress like somebody from here?
It's locked.
I mean, I have a feeling it's past visiting hours. Oh wow, nobody at the desk? That seems odd. You feel torn. Neuromason. Ooh, we got some keys. This probably goes to storage. Probably get to put on an outfit or something. Why are people talking? Okay, Annette. I've stored the copy of the dispensary keys you requested in the storage room file cabinet, Liza. Oh yeah, there's a lady outside there.
It's locked.
Didn't even click on it. Employee of the month. Will he say something?
The night shift nurses are behind this door.
Silence is requested by the
I need to find
nurse.
another way into the hallway to the rooms.
The patient must trust his psychiatrist. That name tag is floating. That's hilarious. It says Detective Fug. AZ? That's weird. Why is there a detective name there? Okay, let's see. These should open. I would think they would open the supply closet. We're probably going to be able to change. Okay, that must open that one door. Maybe we don't change. I would think you'd want to put on something to blend in. Oh, crap. Somebody's calling. Can I answer it? I can't answer it. Huh. Guess the nurses didn't care about the phone call, and whoever's calling didn't care either. Oh, this is like another desk area. Oh, I'm gonna hop over, aren't I? Oh, it moves. Okay. That's crazy. That is crazy. Consulting room. Room 25. Oh, that was weird. It went off and it's a ward. And then it got dark on the screen because of where I put the mouse. Room 25. Wait a minute. This looks like the room I was in. Oh my god, I'm in the psych ward. I must be dreaming all of this.
John Morley and the case of the red shoes. What the devil does this mean?
Oh my god. Are we? Oh my god, we're that dude. Are we Edward?
Lady Margaret.
That fateful night, I was startled by the noise. Those wretched cries of agony from dear Elody. I rushed to her chambers, and there you stood, stained with the blood of the one soul I cherished above all others in this world. The housekeeper had warned me, but I turned a deaf ear. Elody was finally happy, even amidst your incessant bouts of volatility. Yet, with the passage of time, your demeanour darkened. More and more frequently, that sinister presence lurking within you began to surface, each appearance more violent than the last. Elody no longer gazed upon you with the starry-eyed affection of a smitten young woman. The atmosphere in this house grew suffocating, fraught with an unbearable tension. That very afternoon I spoke with her. She had resolved to end your engagement. You seemed, or so I dared hope, to have accepted it with grace. But that night, that very night, you ended her life in the most savage manner imaginable. I threw myself upon Elody, desperate to save her. But alas, it was far too late. Months later I learned you had returned voluntarily to the sanatorium. I sought answers, and immersed myself in understanding the afflictions that plagued you. Dissociative identity disorder, they called it. A condition in which one might host multiple identities, each vying for dominion over the body. But the man confined in that bleak institution was not the shadow, not the fiend who had stolen my daughter. No, he was but the shell, the hapless vessel. And I yearned to find the true culprit, not the facade, the murderer himself. Thus I devised my plan. I came to visit you, and just as Elody had done, I crafted a new role for you, a new identity to inhabit. I brought books, personal artifacts, penned letters as Penny. I leased an office and prepared every detail meticulously, down to the smallest thread, for your return as John Morley. everything had to be flawless. And why, you may ask? To make you remember, to awaken the shadow, to summon forth the murderer from the abyss of your fractured mind. John Morley is a good man. Walter Brandon was a spirited young sailor brimming with love for Elody. But the shadow was a merciless, unrepentant killer. I wanted to destroy the murderer who had stolen my daughter. But I could never bring myself to harm an innocent man. My obsession, my singular purpose, was to awaken the shadow.
I know, man. Because she would kill the shadow, not... Oh my god, that's wild. All right, everyone, that was wild. I mean, it had me guessing up until the end, and it wasn't until I saw that book that I realized what had happened. We were the shadow. We were the murderer. Now, I'm very curious to see how they would explain why we saw the shadowed man, you know, like walking through the halls and, you know, down, you know, on the stairs and stuff like that. I don't know if maybe we were remembering that. Like maybe that was what it was. We were remembering that instance of when we did what we did. And, yeah, that's, oh my gosh, that was crazy. This was a good game. I mean, and it makes sense why it felt like a horror game in a slight aspect because of what the character's mind, you know, his perception with his mind, with like these different characters, these different personas that he would take on. I mean, they called it, what was it? Dissociative disorder. I can't remember the full name of it. But, you know, that's where you don't remember who you really are and you take on different personas that kind of like, you know, speak out to you, or, you know, you see somebody talking about something and you start to think you're that character. I did not see that coming. I really did not. But I do remember in the beginning, they kept saying like an older woman like came to visit him. That's what the nurse had said. It's really wild because, you know, that was just kind of like something, it's like, oh, well, you know, maybe some, you know, who knows who it was. Maybe it was the lady that, you know, he was supposed to meet because the letter said, oh, it's an older lady and, you know, she's gonna meet you. But like this woman went to elaborate extremes to bring the shadow out just to murder him. I am very curious what happened to her because, you know, I mean, people were gonna heard that and, you know, it's, but man, this is wild. That's why it makes sense. It was the last case for John Morley. And, man, this was good. This was really good. You know, and it makes sense why there's only one game like this. And also, you know, because it's funny because the game itself has a picture of like, you know, this really nice looking detective, you know, on the front cover. And it turned out that we had the, you know, the crazy beard and the hair again. You know, and it was not who we were picturing ourselves as being, but it definitely really, really good. And I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. So, you know, leave me a comment down below what you thought of the story. You know, did you see us being, you know, the bad guy, the shadow man? You know, I definitely didn't think that. I thought for a minute, you know, it was, you know, Edward that had murdered her. And then, you know, with the doctors, like, oh, well, maybe it was actually the doctor. They definitely tried to mislead you. And, you know, they were doing a really good job till right at the end when I was like, oh, I know who we are. I absolutely know who we are. So, I'm looking forward to seeing more games by these devs because that was fantastic. So please leave me a like, subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you next time. Bye.